Everyone, it's Matt again, and today we got kind of a surprise drop of news for the next festival. And not surprisingly, it's the Slime Festival, which we knew was coming up. But this means we might be skipping another unit, and there are some pretty interesting things going on here. So it'll be kind of just real quick, just to give a quick short of the news. So all right. So here is from the official DQ Quest Tact Twitter account here, which you can go ahead and follow if you're on Twitter. It's a great place to get some information. But we will be getting a new festival, the Slime Festival, which is not totally unexpected. It's just coming slightly earlier than we thought. I personally thought we were going to get a couple of days in between and maybe get a unit, which I think we might be skipping Giuliante, which there are people that I know are going to be kind of bummed. Maybe we'll get Giuliante in between Queen Slime and God Rider. But with the Slime Festival, we're basically guaranteed at this point to get God Rider, which is a incredible unit, and I'll go through those two units in a minute. But this Slime Festival is very similar to the DQ1 type event. We will earn rewards as long as we stick to what has been done before. This Metal Fest begins February 28th. It's also going to be incredibly useful and great for leveling up units if you're a little bit behind like myself and have units that you need to. This is going to be absolutely fantastic for you. It doesn't take a great deal of energy, and it is very helpful. This is actually a very fun and important thing that will start, once again, February 28th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and if you are not part of those time zones, you can go ahead and figure those out. But most importantly here is now let me go through the two units that I know are coming up, just to kind of so people can get a quick understanding of what to expect for the probably until the end of March, or not end of March, but probably around the 21st of March or so. Alright, so here is the Queen Slime. So I have the Japanese names, and I will I will update this and put a whole new should you pull slide when we get more information, which actually might be the end of tonight. And I will change the names to the English versions once we get the idea. But Queen Slime obviously is a slime for the Slime Festival. And it says it is a debuff unit, but that's not quite the case. As a leader, I'm not a huge fan. It increases slime-based martial power by 20%. This unit does do a decent amount of martial damage, but in all honesty, there's just not enough units for it to be worthwhile. So, as a leader, I'm not a huge fan, and I know, Goose, I know you love your queen, but I'm sorry, she's just not the leader that you guys are looking for. But there is a leader coming up real soon that you guys will really look up to. Okay? So, this unit, Queen Slime, is a interesting and very unique unit. It is what I would call a draw tank for most games, and this is the closest thing to a draw tank in Dragon Quest Tact. The skills it does for its first and third skill will draw enemies 1 or 2 squares towards the Queen Slime. So you can pull them or try to pull them away from units that are squishy or weak, or just try and use the Queen Slime, which has incredibly high HP and okay defense, so the Queen Slime can take some damage. The skill name in Japan, Hikiyose, which is basically attract, is a non-elemental skill. It has a range of 3, It inflicts martial damage, and make sure that everyone understands that martial damage is based off of level and not attack. So it doesn't matter how much attack that you put on this unit. In general, it's based off of her level. And on top of that, the attract part, it sends the unit 2 squares to you. So what it will do is, it is 3 away, draw the 2, and what it usually does is, it makes the enemy want to attack your Queen Slime. Now, you have to make sure your unit is positioned correctly in order for it to maximize effect, because if you use it to draw the units, and you have squishier units right by your Queen Slime, then you're really helping the enemy. So this unit is definitely a unit that gives you options, but you've got to make sure that you use them correctly, otherwise it could really hurt you. The second skill is Hyoga. It is a crackle type martial damage to all enemies within range. Now remember, all 3 of these skills are martial, and I'm just going to repeat again, it's based off of level, not attack. So this unit is going to be best served by increasing HP or defense, and not attack or magic, as everything here is martial. Now, if you're leveling up for light units, then increasing slime-based martial power by 20% is a great effect, but otherwise, there's no reason to use the leadership. This is your main attack skill. If you've drawn all the enemies within range, you can just go to town. Hopefully, they're weak against Crackle. Otherwise, you don't really have that much that you can actually attack closely with. The last one is Koketsu no Kasari. It's basically a vampire style attack, which I'm not sure that they're going to actually transfer into global, but we'll see. But anyways, this causes large martial damage to all enemies and draws everyone by 1 square. So it's not as powerful of a draw as the Attract or Hikiyose, but it does a bit more damage, and also has an AoE type and draws them all away. So, as I say, I think Queen Slime is very good for unique comps or ways to, draw enemies to you. If they move really fast, and you can draw them 1 closer or 2 closer than Nuke. I really like Hikiyose or Attract. I think that could have a lot of interesting uses for a fast or slow team. And actually, Queen Slime might be a really good partner with Squidzilla. For the exact same, as Squidzilla has a problem with all of the movement, but if you can draw them, then Squidzilla will actually be able to do a lot of damage, and that's a very good and interesting way to use the unit. The Queen Slime, if you get a dupe of her, gets the occasional MP recovery. If you notice here, these skills do not use an awful lot of MP, or at least in Japan they didn't. I don't expect Global to change all that much. Maybe the Koketsu no Kasari will go up into the 30s, but otherwise it's probably going to be the same. So the Queen Slime's going to be able to use, if you get 1 unit, will be able to use her skills pretty much non-stop. The second one's Bang Resistance 25, fourth one is Zap Resistance 25, and the third and fifth, just like always, is the third skill, Koketsu no Kasari, for power +5 each. Now that we know that we have Queen Slime coming in, and we have the Slime Festival, we do know, and it will probably be within 2 weeks of this, so expect maybe either March 7th or March 14th. And I'm thinking it's going to be March 14th, but I'm not entirely sure. The really good unit here, God Rider. God Rider, yay! Now, this is the unit that is incredibly powerful. It is a Tact-based unit. Its leadership is very, very nice. It reduces the defense enemies to 20% in a 5x5 square. This is the leader that I think is a little bit better for attack-based teams as a leader than Squidzilla. This is a unit that you're going to want to get a dupe of. It is just like Killing Machine. You have a +1 move if you get the first dupe. This is incredibly powerful for the God Rider. We'll just go with the Awakening skill since I kind of skipped this. A second one is Crackle Resistance +25. Fourth dupe is Bang Resistance 25. And the third and fifth increase to third power, which is Wind God Meta Slash. Which actually, that I wouldn't be surprised if that is the skill name that they give it, but it gives it +5. Now, remember, its leadership effect reduces the defense of enemies by 20% in a 5x5 square. Slash is the first skill, has a range of 2. It inflicts 175% damage on all enemies within that range, so it can do up to 2. Occasionally lowers defense. Now you're like, ooh, that's pretty good. Why are you so excited about this unit? God Rider right now still has the highest natural attack in Japan. 175% damage on a non-elemental that can actually also lower defense on top of it as a debuff. That is incredibly powerful first skill. Not even a second, not even random. It will have both. Its second skill is Thunder Lightsorb. Randomly deals 55% zap damage to enemies within range 4 times. So this one's a little random. If it's only one skill though, it does 220% zap damage. It's zap, which is actually fairly unique. And its MP consumption is very worthwhile at just 22%. Or 22 MP, sorry. Overall, this is a pretty good second skill. But the third one is the one that is incredibly powerful, especially if they're weak against Swoosh. Cost 52, it is only with one enemy, but it inflicts 70% power one enemy 4 times and rarely lowers defense. So you have 280% power going on. It is incredibly powerful, and because it does 4 times, this actually lowers defense a little bit more often than Saw Slash. As long as they are equal or stronger, or weak against wind and not strong against whoosh, this is the skill that you're going to be using every time and doing a very large effect. Remember, if you put him as leader, he reduces the defense of enemies by 20% in a 5x5 square. This is the unit that I'm waiting for my physical team. This will probably be the leader in almost every regards to my physical team. He is a slime. You have a lot of slimes. You can level those slimes in battle roads, so you can get his skills up even higher as well. You can also get your Queen's She Slime as well. So this unit turns into an absolute powerhouse. And I highly recommend people who want to build a physical team to get this unit. Very powerful units. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the quick news here currently. I will go over more things in detail later this week on the event, what to do, what not to do, etc. So please, I hope you guys enjoy, but more importantly, be safe, have a good day, and enjoy yourselves, traveler. And I'm very excited that we're getting the Slime Festival so quickly, because that means that we get God Rider even sooner. Enjoy. Good luck.